I just toss and turn right there beside you. So if someone could help me now, they'd help you too. They'd help you too. See you through all the hard things we've all gotta do. 'Cause this life is long, and so you wouldn't be wrong. Being free, leaving me on my I held my own, still I rattled your bones. I said some awful things and I take them back. If we would try again, just remember when, before we were lovers, I swear we were friends. So if someone could see me now, let them see you. Let see you through all the hard things we've all gotta do. 'Cause this life is long, so you wouldn't be wrong. Being free, leaving me on my hope that I don't fall in love with you. Falling in love just makes me blue. Well, the music plays and you display your heart for me to see. I had a beer and now I hear you calling out for me. People everywhere, and I wonder, should I offer you a chair? Well, if you sit down with this old clown, take that frown and break it before the evening's gone away, I think that we can make it. I don't fall in love with you. Well, the night does funny things inside a man. These old tomcat feelings you don't understand. Well, I turn around to look at you. You light a cigarette. Wish I had the guts to bum one, but we've never met. are lonesome just like me. And it being late, you'd like some company. Well, I turn around to look at you, and you look back at me. The guy you're with, he's up and split. The chair next to you's free. And I hope you don't fall in love with me. Now it's closing time, the music's fading out. Last coffee drinks, I'll have another stout. Well, I turn around to look at you, nowhere to be found. Search the place for your lost face, 'cause I'll have another round. And I think that I just fell in love with you.
Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me make a stand. Just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. Seen sunny days that I thought would never end. Seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. Well, there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Whoa, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, thought I'd see you.
Got my heart out in my hand, and don't you know it? Something deep inside's come over me. I'm gonna sacrifice my soul just to show it. Can you try to tell me what it means? Couldn't this be love, love coming over me, coming over me? Could this be love? When you're gone, I find a part of me is there with you. Are you still on mine? I hope you're telling me the truth, 'cause the saddest things when love goes away. Got my heart out in my hand, and don't you know it? Something deep inside's come over me. I'm gonna sacrifice my soul just to show it. Can you try to tell me what it means? Couldn't this be love, love coming over me, coming over me? Could this be love? Very well. Got my heart out in my hand, and don't you know it? Something deep inside's come over me. I'm gonna sacrifice my soul just to show it. Can you try to tell me what it means? Can this be love, love coming over me, coming over me? Can this be love? Fairly well, so long. I hate to say goodbye to you. I can tell you're gone by the way I'm missing you. Don't you realize you're everything to me? Don't you realize you're everything to me? I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. Words fall through me and always fool me, and I can't react. And games that never amount to more than they're meant will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice
Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing it paid the cost too late. Now you're gone. Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. And all the things you do, was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to have done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you know I love you so. You know I love you so. I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do. 'Cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. Oh, what a thing to do. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful. And you, for you I bleed myself dry. For you I bleed myself dry.
Family and friends, we're going to begin our service at this time for our beloved Christine. In a moment, we're going to begin our service, but if you would just take this moment right now and just check your cell phone that's in your pocket or your purse, and just check to make sure that it's on silent or vibrate so that we wouldn't have any phones going off in the middle of someone's speech or in front of the family. So we appreciate you doing that so we wouldn't have that interruption. Thank you so much for doing that. At this time, I'm going to turn it over to John, and he is going to begin our service.
A packed house. I know Tina would like to see that. The Choe family, Lorenzo Taylor, and our extended family, thank you for coming today to honor and celebrate the life of a beautiful mother, sister, friend, and co-worker, Christine Choe. She lived each day to the fullest, and her passing saddens us all, but she will never be forgotten. We are remembering her with welcoming arms from all faiths and spiritual beliefs.
As Tina would say, pull it together. When I came across the poem I'm about to read, I felt it was perfect and relatable to all of us here in this room today. Whether you knew Tina 5 minutes or 5 years, she had a special way of making you feel important and loved in that brief presence. How fortunate were we to know a love like that? One true friend. As I stop and count my blessings, there's one thing that rings true. I'll always be so grateful for the friend I found in you. Grateful for the special times we've shared throughout the years, times that brought us closer through our laughter and our tears. Time that brought us, Grateful just to have someone as kind and good as you to share my finest moments with and share my sorrows too. And when I look upon my life, what matters most in the end is that I was really lucky to find one true friend. Now I'd like to call up my son, who is also one of Enzo's best friends. He will play a song in Tina's honor. A little backstory on the choice of the song. When he and Enzo were in 4th grade, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star was the first song they performed together. Little Enzo with that big old cello. Adorable. But what was amazing was, as Tina and I sat together, how it took our breath away the minute they started playing. And that's a memory we've talked about for years, as they're now about to go into high school. So as Aiden and I decided on what song he wanted to play for her today, that's the song that rang true, as she's now our forever shining star. Come on.
A close family friend of the Choe family, Young Ho Kim, will now read a Christian prayer in Korean. Please also pray in your own language and observe a moment of silence afterward.
사랑의 하나님 아버지, 오늘 저희들은 사랑하는 딸, 사랑하는 형제를 이제 이 세상에서는 다시 볼 수 없는 마지막 순간에 그를 기념하고 추모하기 위해서 이 자리에 모였습니다. 하나님 아버지, 한 분 살고 죽는 것은 하나님의 뜻이라고 하셨는데 이렇게 젊은 나이에 세상을 떠나 여러 사람들의 마음속에 참 슬프고 힘든 이러한 상황을 저희들이 당했는데 위로의 성령님께서 이 자리에 같이 하여 주셔서 저희들의 마음을 위로하여 주시옵시고 내가 부활이요 생명이니 나를 믿는 자는 죽어도 살겠고 무릇 살아서 나를 믿는 자는 영원히 죽지 아니하리라고 하신 그 말씀을 저희들이 생각하며 장래의 소망으로 든든히 설 수 있게 하여 주시옵시고 이런 말로 서로 위로하며 이 자리가 슬픈 자리가 아니라 장래의 소망으로 든든히 설 수 있는 귀한 자리가 될 수 있게 하여 주시옵소서. 하나님 아버지, 사랑하는 딸을 먼저 보내고 가슴에 묻은 사랑하는 우리 최정미 권사님을 주님께서 지켜주시고 세상 떠나시는 날까지 영육간의 건강함으로 채워주시며 주님의 평강 가운데 소망 가운데 든든히 설 수 있게 하여 주시옵소서. 어린아들 로렌조를 주님께서 맡아 키워 주시옵시고 하나님 아버지, 저희들이 참 육신적으로는 헤어져 있을지라도 저희들의 영혼이 늘 주님의 사랑과 은혜 가운데 교통하며 사랑하는 로렌조는 그 엄마의 기도와 또한 정성으로 무섭고 잘 자랄 수 있게 하여 주시옵시고 참 그 엄마의 보람과 기쁨이 될 수 있도록 주님께서 지켜주시옵기를 간절히 바라고 원합니다. 하나님 아버지, 세상에는 참 어렵고 힘든 일이 많으나 저희들이 주님의 사랑과 은혜 가운데 살 수 있게 하여 주심을 감사드립니다. 저희들의 삶이 끝날 때 하나님 아버지 온전히 주님의 나라에서 기쁨 가운데 만날 수 있게 하여 주시옵시고, 이를 위해서 저희들이 주님께서 주신 사명을 잘 감당하며 주님께 영광 돌리는 삶을 살 수 있게 하여 주시옵소서. 하나님 아버지, 이 식전이 이제 온전히 끝나고 모든 것이 마무리될 때까지 주님께서 지켜주시고 모든 일이 순적하게 이루어질 수 있도록 주님께서 인도하여 주시옵소서. 하나님 아버지, 세상에 살면서 허탄한 것에 마음 빼앗기지 않게 붙들어 주시옵시고, 주님의 말씀을 붙들고 늘 승리하며 주님의 은혜와 사랑 가운데 서로 저희들 교통할 수 있게 하여 주시옵소서. 이 모든 말씀을 우리를 위하여 목숨을 버리신 사랑하는 예수님의 이름으로 기도 올리옵나이다. 아멘.
We seem to give them back to you, O God, who gave them to us. Yet as you did not lose them in giving, so do we not lose them by their return. Not as the world gives do you give, O lover of souls. What you give you take away, for what is yours is ours, also if we are yours. And life is eternal, and love is immortal, and death is only a horizon, and a horizon is nothing save the limit of our sight. Lift us up, strong Son of God, that we may further cleanse our eyes, that we may see more clearly. Draw us closer to yourself, that we may know ourselves to be near to our loved ones who are with you. And while you prepare a plate for us, prepare us also for that happy place, so that where you are, we also may be forevermore.
Good morning. It's an honor to have the opportunity to speak with you about our dear friend Tina. For those of you who don't know me, I am Jill, and first and foremost, I'm a friend to Tina. Although she would often refer to me as the big boss lady. And I had the pleasure of working closely with her for over 7 of the 18 years that she worked at JetBlue. From the very beginning, Tina was a force to be reckoned with. She always had the mentality that she could do anything she put her mind to. To many, it seemed as if everything came easy for her. However, for those of you who know Tina, her work ethic and determination, she was one of the hardest working individuals that I ever knew. And if she didn't know how to do a task, she would research it and ask other experts for help until she became the expert herself. She had the mantra for our team, we can, we will, we did. As it pertained to launching the first JetBlue flight to Europe, she was the most kind-hearted, accepting of all, loving individual. Everyone wanted to work with her and wanted her on their team. I fought off a lot of people to keep her on my team. The role she held at JetBlue was perfect for her and for us, as many individuals were recipients of her amazing work. Tina made my life better in so many ways, and I know I'm not alone in saying that. I often reminded her of the positive impact she was making on the company and those she worked with. Her work was methodical and meticulous, and I was definitely able to sleep at night knowing that Tina had oversight of some of our largest programs in our IT organization at JetBlue. Tina and I developed a deep relationship as she went through her journey with cancer. I'll never forget the phone call we had shared when she confirmed her diagnosis. As you can imagine, many tears were shed, and our relationship over the years grew stronger as we leaned on each other for various advice throughout the trials. She always impressed me with her elegance, whether it was in her stunning beauty, her contagious smile, the way that she dressed, her writing or her speech, and the way that she accepted everyone. She always saw the good in others and oftentimes helped them see the good in themselves. She was very thoughtful of others. While going through her own trial, she would always put others first. A few examples of this was one of the days she was receiving chemo treatments. She sent our entire team very yummy cookies and letting us know that she was thinking of us and wanted us to have a special treat while she was getting her own mix of cocktail. Another example is when she was finished with her treatments and was in remission, she wanted to pay it forward to families who were in need. She chose to organize a team event for us to serve lunch to families and make crafts with kids. The kids were the ones that were staying at the Ronald McDonald organization. And for those of you who aren't familiar with it, the organization helps families who have children staying in the hospital long term. In addition to organizing the wonderful event for the entire team to participate in, she made a generous monetary donation as well. And these are just a few of examples to show how big her generous heart was. One more I'll share. We'd often talked while she was undergoing treatment. Whenever I'd call, I'd ask how she was feeling. She'd quickly answer and ask how the team was. And she wanted to know the latest status of the project and consistently asking how she could jump in and help. I'd tell her I didn't want to talk about work, but instead I wanted to talk about her. And in true Tina fashion, she laughed and pressed for more work items. And I wanted also to hear about how my kids, my husband was doing, and her passion and her caring soul showed with each and every interaction that he had with her. As many of you know, Tina touched many hearts and inspired all that she interacted with. She has a beautiful tribe of friends and family who surround her with love, kindness, and help. I'm going to take the next minute and moment to talk directly to Tina, because I know she's here with us and she's watching and she's listening. T, you always asked how you will ever repay everyone for their generosity, and we're worried you wouldn't get the chance to pay it forward. I want you to know your mission to pay it forward is complete. You are such a blessing to all of our lives who are here today, attending virtual, and those who weren't able to make it either. But you crossed paths with them while you were here on this earth. You did so by enriching us with your grace, your courage, your strength, your passion, your resiliency, your warrior spirit, and amazing can-do attitude. We all learned greatly from you and the precious time you were able to spend with you. So rest assured, T, you definitely paid it forward to each of us. You've pierced our hearts with love, imprinting on us forever. And we will always and forever cherish and celebrate you in all you've taught us. Love you, T.
When I first sat down to write this, I told myself not to overthink it. So, bear with me. If I had to describe Tina in one word, it's fierce. She was fierce in her fashion, fierce in the way she walked into a room, fierce in how she planned a party. She was fierce in how she had fun, fierce in her love for her friends and family, and of course, she was the fiercest in her love for her greatest love, Lorenzo. We were a family of 3 sisters, which came with lots of fights. Fights over clothes, over who got to sit shotgun, and over who would get the last 2 pieces of Bubble Yum bubblegum, since the pack had 5 pieces. My mom would actually take a knife and split the remaining 2 pieces into thirds. Sandy and Tina used to play buddies, which meant that they were buddies and I wasn't. But I managed to cry and complain enough that I'm sure they got in trouble. I once made Tina take me to her friend's slumber party. My mom said she couldn't go unless she took me, so she took me. These few things I bring up make me think of how much I just wanted to be with my sisters. We never really grew up saying I love you to each other, but what T may not have been able to say, she showed with her generosity. She would literally take the clothes off her back if you asked. She had so much joy in spoiling her nieces, Annabelle and Alice and Ellie. She wanted to treat them all the time to whatever they wanted. Shopping sprees, salon outings, trips, gifts, all the things they loved. But of course, she was beaming the brightest as a mom to Enzo. That brought her the greatest joy and pride, and it was the reason she was always fluttering about, squeezing everything in, and making sure she didn't waste a minute. These past few weeks, I have heard your stories of how you remember and experienced our beautiful T. And I feel so grateful, feeling how important she was to you and how she lives in your hearts. And it feels like I'm invited into these relationships now. I get to have a fuller picture of who she was. I've cried a lot, like all of you, but these tears are also a reminder of all the love and joy that we have because of her, and I cling to that. And over these past few weeks, I've been forced to decide what it is I believe in. I believe Tina is still here, obviously not in the way we wish she was, but I believe in allowing for a new beginning, a new way of understanding this life and why we're in it. I have been finding myself hearing the birds chirp in the morning, and I think of T. I happen to look at my phone clock at 11:11 almost daily now, and know T is here. She was beautiful, she was silly, she was mischievous, she was intelligent, she was a fighter like no other, and she was fierce. I love you, Tina.
I'm Sandra Santos, and being in this room with everyone here, I feel like family, I feel like I'm home. So I really appreciate everyone being here. And everyone watching online. There's a lot of people who couldn't physically make it here to celebrate my beautiful sister, Christine Choe. And for all of us who loved her, her life was too short, but she lived many, many vibrant lifetimes in her 49 years. And she touched many people and inspired many people along the way. Christine Kim Choe, known to many as Tina, T, TT, Emo Tina, and Mom, was born on August 21st, 1972 in Los Angeles. Her birthday was wedged in between our mother's birthday on August 20th and my birthday on August 24th, which forever positioned her special day in the middle. Growing up in Manhattan Beach with parents who immigrated from Korea, we had many celebrations where we shared a happy birthday everybody cake. We ran around our backyard in the sprinklers and celebrated Choe style with large Korean barbecue parties that would leave the aroma of charcoal and beer in the house for days. We were living the American dream. Tina grew up one of 3 sisters, and she always contended that my father wanted a boy so badly that he decided she would represent this wanted son with bad bowl haircuts through the years. And looking through old photos, I think she was right. Tina was a happy, mischievous kid, and because my grandmother would diligently feed her, she had the nickname Mokku, which means eater. And I always remember her making me laugh by putting cotton balls on her face for Christmas to look like Santa, or devising ways to go faster down our flight of stairs in a sleeping bag. She was sensitive. If you scratched her slightly, her skin would welt up. This never worked in my favor after our slap fights. Our cousins remember her always sticking her head out of the car window as we were driving, as she was very prone to car sickness. Even as a young child, Tina made up her own rules. When we played Wonder Woman, she would never relent to the power of the magic invisible rope that was supposed to sap her of all her bodily strength and force her to tell the truth to whatever question I asked of her. I always envy the superpower of hers to break the rules to her favor, which she continued to do into her adulthood. In middle and high school, Tina was smart, athletic, popular, and mischievous. During high school, she was in student government, played softball, was on the homecoming court, and was adored by her friends. She graduated with honors from Maricosta High School. She was accepted into the business program at UC Santa Barbara, and after a few years as an honor roll student, she sought an alternative route. Killer shrimp came into her world, and that is where she met many of her closest friends. She worked for many years slinging bowls of butter and shrimp at this iconic LA institution that served this one signature dish. I still crave it all the time. Her skills elevated her to managerial roles, and she was charged with opening a San Diego location in the Gaslamp District with the co-owner. Tina handled long hours, physically grueling work, and responsibility of managing a myriad of personalities like a pro. After Killer Shrimp, Tina stayed in San Diego and found a job she loved at JetBlue, starting at the entry-level customer service position, which included cleaning the bathrooms in the airplanes. She began her career when JetBlue was establishing itself as a powerhouse company and made her way to lead IT teams and new tech initiatives without a bachelor's degree. Her talents were undeniable. She had an affinity for language and was fluent in French and Spanish. She had a love for hard work and for people. She could empathize with everyone and anyone. She felt and understood their hardship and travails and made anyone in her circle feel seen and heard. She was extremely generous with all of her friends. Throughout her life, her restlessness also took her around the world, to San Francisco, Paris, where she worked as a waitress and a bartender, back to Los Angeles, San Diego, and Burbank. She traveled to Rome, Mexico, and France with Dan Taylor, Lorenzo's father, who she met in San Diego, and most recently to England with JetBlue. Everyone always had fun in her presence. One of our favorite stories our daughters tell us is when Tina took them with Lorenzo for a getaway from parents in San Diego. Always dressed up, Tina got them all on a 4-passenger bike, and in her high sandal heels and a super flowy dress that prevented her from actually pedaling at all, they proceeded to crash into multiple bushes, ride down forbidden streets, and break rules prominently listed on the front of the bike. They finally read the list at the end of the ride and discovered they had broken every rule listed. Tina was fun, and she was fearsome. Our cousins tell the story of Tina and her Mustang driving them to a water park. We all had really fast Mustangs. And when a jeep full of pubescent boys yelled an ethnic slur, she flipped them off and roared away. Despite her many accomplishments, her greatest achievement was becoming a mother to her son, Lorenzo Taylor. Lorenzo is the love of her life. She showed him her world, and they had many vacations and adventures together. Tina and Dan Taylor raised a young man who can dream big with a compassionate heart. And the future is so bright, knowing that there are so many people, many of you here in this room, who love him and will support him in memory of his mother. We can't wait to see the mark you're going to make in this world. I will miss my sister's playful spirit. I still send her texts. Her type A, annoying type A way of ordering me around, and the way she encouraged me to fearlessly pursue anything my heart desired. Through her immeasurable suffering, she taught me how to love with intention and how we may be transformed through pain. Christine Kim Choe was one of a kind, an undefeatable soul who brought us all along on her beautiful journey to get the most out of each moment she had on this earth. I love you, Mama.
Together we'll get through. We always do. We always do. Scared 'cause you can't see the light. You toss and turn through the night, holding me and I'm holding you, and together we'll get through.
Des yeux qui font baisser les miennes, en ride qui serpente sur sa bouche. Voilà les portraits sans retouche de l'homme auquel j'appartiens. Quand on me prend dans ses bras, on me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose. Il me dit des mots d'amour, des mots dans tous les jours, et ça me fait quelque chose. Il est entré dans mon cœur une époque de bonheur dont je connais la cause. Celui pour moi, pour lui dans la vie. Il me l'a dit là, jure pour la vie. Hold me close and hold me fast. The magic spell you cast. This is love, yours. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see love, yours. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Il est entré dans mon cœur une époque de bonheur, mon cœur qui bat.
We will now be driving in procession to the Serenity Terrace Columbarium to intern Christine's ashes. Please join us in continuing to celebrate her life. Where do we go?
Family and friends, this is going to conclude the indoor portion of our service today for our beloved Tina. In a moment, you're going to be invited to come forward, pass by the urn, pay your respects. You're going to exit these two doors off here to my right. Once you've exited those doors, if you'll step outside the church for just a moment, once the family has had their final moments and the flowers have been removed, you'll be able to see the urn being placed into the back of the funeral coach that is out behind the church. Once it's placed in the back of the funeral coach, if you'd return to your vehicles, most of you did park right out here in front. The coach is going to circle the church and is going to meet all of us out here in the front. For those of you that will be going with us, if you'll just fall right in behind the coach and just follow it over to Tina's final place of rest, we'll continue the service there. For those of you that may have to leave us, and this is the portion of the service that you're going to be with, please feel free to express your condolences as to the family at this time. Thank you so much for being here. We're going to begin ushering for those that are in the back of the church first. and then we'll be all coming forward. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I wanted to interject. If you're not going to attend at the Columbarium, we are continuing to celebrate Tina at her home, which isn't too far from here. The address, it's Troost, it's on the back of the programs. So that's all.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now. And there goes my mind racing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. There goes my hand shaking, and you are the reason. My heart keeps bleeding, and I need you now. And if I could turn back the clock, I'd make sure the light defeated the dark. I'd spend every hour of every day keeping you safe. And I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. Oh, 'cause I need you to see that you are the reason. I don't wanna feel no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna cry no more. Come back, I need you. The reason. Closer, just a little closer. Come a little closer. I need you to hold me tonight. I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean just to be with you and fix what I've broken. 'Cause I need you to see that you are the reason. Tell me what you're feeling. I can take the pain. Tell me that you mean it, that you won't leave again. Tell me what your heart wants. Such a simple thing. My heart is like paper, yours is like a flame. I can't make you see if you don't by now. I'll get through these chains somehow. Somehow. Take it if you want it. I'm so tired, I just don't care. Can't you see how much you hurt me? It's like I wasn't there. Tell me what your heart was. Such a simple thing. My heart, it's like paper. Yours is like a flame. My heart, it's like paper. Yours is like a flame. I can't make you see if you don't by now. I'll get through these chains is like a flame. My heart is like paper. Yours is like a flame.
Is it getting better? Or do you feel the same? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone to blame. You say one love, one life, it's one need, and to share it, leaves you, darling. You don't care for it. Mary.
Did I disappoint you? leave a bad taste in your mouth. You act like you never had love, and you want me to go without. Well, it's too late tonight to drag the past down into the light. We're one, but we're not the same. We get to carry each other, carry each other. Have you come here for forgiveness? Have you come to raise the dead? Have you come here to play Jesus?